G'day, Steve Morgan here, Fishing Monthly Magazine's beautiful morning down here at Manly in southeast Queensland. I'm with Dave Chavot from Northside Marine. It's Queensland's biggest Whittley dealer. And Dave, we've got some pretty exciting additions to Whittley's lineup. They're outboard powered CR boats, CR meaning cruiser in Whittley. Correct, and these were released only this year. It's an exciting development, is it? Because a lot of people like the outboards on the Whittleys, don't they?
That's correct, yes. We find a lot of people not wanting a stern drive, wanting an outboard version, a little bit more less maintenance if the boat's left in the water.
You guys are also one of Queensland's biggest Yamaha dealers. So we've got a couple of boats today powered by Yamaha Outboards, a 115 and a 130. And we've got Will Lee from Yamaha to have a chat to us in a little while about that. But Dave, tell us about these two boats. They're two CR cruiser boats right in the hitting zone for a family fun boat for, you know, a weekend or a day on the water. Tell us about the two boats that we have today. What length are they and what are the models?
Okay, we have a CR2080. Over 20 foot, okay, it's a cruising boat with a bit of fishability, same as the CR2180, which is 21.5 foot. Boats similar, a little bit more volume in the 2180.
Yep, so and that's the thing we're going to look at today. We're doing a test between these two boats, the 2080 and the 2180. They sound like they're only a little bit different. One's 1 foot longer, got a slightly 15 horsepower bigger motor on it. But tell us about some of the other things in this boat that make a difference, because the retail price, $68,500 packages start from the smaller boat, but they're from $91,000 the bigger boat. So where is the difference in these two boats?
Okay, on the 2180 you actually see that a bigger volume boat, more in the cabin. It has more standard features than the 2080. So with the 2080, to keep the pricing down, they've de-specced a little bit, where they've taken the fresh water out, the radios, all the type of thing. Where this 2180, they have full camping covers as standard. Fully enclosed back, has a sink and a shower on the front there, has a double berth toilet, table, also radios, a VHF radio and a Fusion AM/FM radio, a little bit of bigger volume boat all around, cabin divider. So all in general, it's a nicer boat, not saying it's a nicer boat than the 2180, it's like a 2080, but it is a bigger volume boat and good value for money.
And for me, I look at these two boats and I think that the smaller boat, if money's important for you and you can get on the water for that just under $70,000 mark, but also if you've got a small family, maybe one kid, it's a boat that'll fit that in. But the bigger boat, if you've got a bigger family, you're probably going to need the extra room, aren't you?
That's correct. And if you're looking at going away for 3 or 4 days, the 2180 will suit you better than the 2080. Even though people do go away for 2 or 3 days in the 2080, 2080 has similar features at the front though. It's got a double berth, a toilet. It's got cabin divider up the front there. So just a nice little all-around overnighter, what you're looking for.
Well, there you go. And we do know that the Whittleys are very popular with families and people that want to spend time not just in Moreton Bay here in southeast Queensland, but all over Australia. They're from the Gippsland Lakes in the south to the Whitsundays in the north. Guys really enjoy these Whittleys. Tell us a little bit about the Whittley Club. I know that the Whittley owners are a very tight-knit group, and in Queensland you've got a very active Whittley Club, don't you? Extremely
active Whittley Club. Once a month they do a run around the bay. Normally like this southern end of the bay because the weather's a bit better. We have a Christmas in July coming up shortly. And last year we had the national rally here. We had 44 boats come from all over Australia. So a really good opportunity to go out and enjoy things with people who have a similar interest.
That's right. So you're not just buying the boat, I suppose, you're buying the lifestyle and that connectivity with other Whittley owners. Now, we have two different Yamahas on this, an F115 and an F130. Let's talk to Will Lee from Yamaha about the differences between these two motors. So we've got Will Lee from Yamaha here, and Will, the 115 and 130 platform, they're a few years old now. How have they fitted in the marketplace?
Yeah, look, Steve, the 115 was the first to come, and it's one of our biggest selling in Australia. It really is, and it suits such a vast array of boats in the market. With such a staunch platform, be it the 115, we had a real gap between our 115 and 150, and that's where we've introduced the 130. And what you're going to find comparing these two boats today, while the 2180 is a fair bit bigger boat, you'll see each engine is right in its own application. The 115 being the perfect match for this 2080, and then the 130 being the perfect match for the 2180. So while they are the same 1.8 litre block essentially, there are a lot of differences in the engine, and the 130 is a better match for the bigger boat.
So, and that's something that I suppose if you're new to boating, you may not know that. Two different horsepower motors aren't totally different motors. They're the same block, they're the same gearbox, the same leg. Just the power to weight, I suppose, is a little bit better on that 130.
Yeah, correct. And, while the spec sheet will look the same, please speak to your local Yamaha dealer and they'll be able to point you down the right track and making sure that you've got the right engine fitted to the boat that you're going to buy.
Well, the guys at Northside Marine reckon that these are the right motors for these boats. Let's get them out on the water and do some of our own performance statistics. Well, there you go. It started out a bit ordinary on Moreton Bay this morning, but it's so flat now we can raft up these two Whittley boats together and take you through some of the performance and some of the differences that we've seen between these two boats. Firstly, you buy these boats because you're not buying the world's most serious fishing boat. You're buying a boat that the family can go out and have a great day on the water. And that means comfort, shade, and the ability to get in and out of the boat, because the kids are going to like swimming. You want it to be easy to get in and out of, both on the water and back on the trailer at the ramp. And in that respect, both of these boats are really good. They both have the shade, they both have the cabin, they both have the toilet, you can put the eskies in here, they've got the pop-up tables in the back, and they have this sloping floor that goes down into the cabin, which is quite rare in boats, and I love it. You don't nothing to kick your feet on. It's a very smooth transition between the cabin and the main part of the cockpit of the boat. But the 2180 is a little bit bigger. The 2180 is about 15 centimetres more in beam. It's 2.2 versus 2.35 metres, and that translates to more headroom, more room for more kids in the front of the boat, and I suppose just more space so that especially on an overnight trip, so that you've got a little bit of space in the boat, which is why the 2180 is a very popular boat, even though it weighs in at $91,000 for a starting package price compared to $68,500 for the smaller 2080. Privacy-wise, the 2180 has a fold-across, a pull-across curtain to give you that privacy when you're getting changed, going to the toilet, etc. Whereas the 2080 has a built-in bulkhead, and I suppose it's a little bit more rigid and a little bit less open. Performance-wise, of course, the smaller boat fitted with the 115 Yamaha and the larger with the 130. There was virtually no difference in top-end speed. Both of these boats sit around that 67, 68 kilometres an hour mark, yet the bigger one, the 2180, went 1.41 kilometres per litre at that speed, whereas the smaller boat got 1.67 kilometres per litre. So at wide open throttle, the smaller Whittley that we're sitting in here is much more efficient. Well, not much more, it's more efficient. But at cruising speeds as well, the smaller Whittley is a little bit more efficient. Get 2.5 kilometres per litre at 3.5 to 4,000 RPM, whereas the bigger girl, 2.33. So if it's really going to make a difference, if you want to buy a more economical boat, the smaller Whittley turns out to be the one. Both of these boats are supplied on a twin-axle Mackay skid and roller trailer, which can be towed quite comfortably behind any twin-cab SUV or larger family cars. With the Whittley stern drives, you find that extra weight, you have to go to a more complex braking system and a more expensive trailer. So not only do a lot of people like these outboard powered rigs, and that's dealers and consumers alike, they are a little bit lighter to tow around and a little bit cheaper to run once they're on the water. Overall, though, both of these boats were quite fast out of the plane. That Yamaha F-Series platform, it's super. It's a 1.8 litre block, and it's going to be very reliable and backed by Yamaha's 4-year warranty. For more information about either of these boats, talk to your local Whittley dealer. In our case today, that's Northside Marine. Their website is www.northsidemarine.com.au, and if you like Facebook, make sure you like them at Northside Marine, your boating partners for life.